Hey guys, welcome back. Hopefully we won't talk about farts anymore.
Kyle needs a fart chamber in his house.
That's my office?
There was one of the original Adventures of Pete and Pete shorts was like a burp room that they construct so that he can burp his heart's content. Yeah, that Kyle needs that, but it's the fart chamber.
I went to a Halloween party
already
few years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's in the past. But I went to one with a mutual friend of ours, and he and his wife go really hard on Halloween stuff. They decorate the whole house and just really go nuts with it. And they had some little thing. I don't remember what the object itself was, but it was motion detecting, and it played a bunch of sound effects and stuff. And one of the things it would do is it would say, "Dare you enter the chamber of farts?" And he left this thing on
for months
in the bathroom, like just inside the door, so anyone who walked through would trigger it. But also, we had a fog machine that inexplicably the flow kept getting. I think he actually had it in the bathroom so that it would escape out to the rest of the house, but somebody had been in there, and it was just completely white mist. You could not see what the fuck you were doing.
Bathroom's too obvious. You should have put it in a pool room.
Well, somebody clearly got stuck in there, was having a hard time dealing with all the fog, because you could just hear that thing making noise constantly. So it's like, "Dare you into the chamber of farts?" For like 4 solid minutes. It did not stop. Like they couldn't get past the threshold of the door for blindness.
It's like, yes, I'm here. I'm here for the farts.
I'm afraid.
Yeah.
I'm afraid.
So I've been watching a lot of SPCs recently, and I kind of feel like that would be a great SPC, if I'm saying it right. SCP? SPC? I don't remember.
Is this not the man now, dog?
No, it's a different thing. The special.
That was the man. Right there. You shot him.
You're the man now. You're no longer a man now, dog. That kind of reminds me. So at my parents' house, it's not quite the same as like the Dare You Enter the Chamber of Farts, but for Christmas every year we have this Santa head that when you walk by it, it'll go, "Ho, ho, ho, Merry Christmas," and then play like one of 4 songs that are obnoxiously long. So like whenever I visit my parents' house now, like they love to put it up. So like our goal is to try to like walk by it without triggering. This is exactly a House of the Dead boss. But our goal is to try to walk by it without triggering it. And I think it's actually given Caitlin PTSD now, because like every time I go to my parents' house, she's like, "I fucking hate that Santa Claus." And I'm like, "Why?"
Well, now she's party to the game, because if she doesn't want the trauma to go any deeper, she'll sneak by Santa.
Yeah, and it's really tricky because like during the daylight, like he'll notice when shadows come by, so you have to.
His vision's better.
Yeah. So you have to be
Santa's
super.
head revisited.
The Santa.
It's a former Nazi officer reliving his past crimes, but the Santa's there.
And all he can say is, "Ho, ho, ho, Merry Christmas."
It's a Twilight Zone reference.
Oh, is it really?
Like and subscribe.
You caught that Twilight Zone deep cut.
There's an episode called Death's Head Revisited, and Santa's head reminded me of that song.
Fair enough.
The only episode of the Twilight Zone that I think I've ever seen is the one where like somebody is a World War II soldier and he gets transformed into a Japanese soldier for some reason.
Yeah.
And he has to fight his troop. And he's like, "No."
He learns the secret of friendship and has to pilot a giant mech to defeat aliens.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
The Japanese soldier in question is also a schoolgirl who can transform into a Sentai.
That would be Twilight Zone today.
I don't think Jordan Peele would do that.
Yeah, this sounds
He'd be
better.
too safe.
This is a better Twilight Zone. I'll just make an anime show about that and just call it the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Fuck 'em. That's my motto. A magical girl. Oh, an isekai magical girl tokusatsu called the Twilight Zone. Also, all the other girls are cat girls.
Oh yeah, for some reason, like you can't get sued for it because the original title is in Japanese, and so it's technically not exactly the Twilight Zone.
So it's called Twilight Zone.
Well, that wouldn't be Japanese at all, would it, Kyle?
I mean, I don't know Japanese. Do you know Japanese? It could be Japanese.
I feel pretty confident, stupid as I am, that this is a little bit off the mark.
These are very
small
men.
That SpongeBob SquarePants' Japanese title is SpongeBob Supan ga Shikaku, which is just like SpongeBob, sponge is square.
All right.
On the...
What a weird fucking... you'd think, because they have the English word pantsu. I mean, it refers to, like, girls' panties, but you'd think that'd be a plus. They would lean into that.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure that's exactly why they didn't use it, but you're right. That probably would have made them some more money.
They were trying to probably get a different audience. They're like, no, we can't have the weirdos that...
We want to try... We're going to run a social experiment and try to get the youth of our country before they become weirdo perverts.
You
can't prevent that.
Yeah. Entertainment can't all be for perverts. And then they look around and their whole studio is like a desert wasteland. There's no one around.
Or maybe you know how Korea has that that law where they have to have a certain what is it, like a ratio of domestic film to foreign ones? Maybe Japan has something like that where it's like a mandate for how many perverted shows to non-pervert shows.
Yeah.
And they said
pervert
this
material
one's already
to other.
Yeah.
That does amuse me.
SpongeBob isn't a young girl though, so maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Are you saying that men can't wear pantsuits?
Well, they can if they're the target audience.
They can in the privacy of their own home.
Or as they
not in public,
as they bound about the rooftops in a Yakuza game. But that's
that
not
sounds
what
more
doing.
accurate. Yeah. What was I thinking?
There's like the QTEs in there where the guy with the panty thief runs about and you can learn evasive maneuvers from him.
Oh my god. That shit fucking cracked me up. The fucking Yakuza games. I can't believe that they can sit around and just go like, hey, what if we have like 3 perverts? They're like bosses of everything though.
Only 3?
Well, you know.
A specific trio, not that the whole game is limited to 3.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Called out perverts, like named perverts.
A pervert.
Yeah, elite pervert units.
Yeah, they're not NPC perverts. They're named perverts. So
an elite 4 of perverts.
That's what they were called. Something like that. They were called like the fucking perverted, and then something that sounds like a P or whatever. The tiresome trio, I don't know, something like that.
Yeah, the troublesome trucks.
Yeah, there you go. There you go, Keith.
That's a Thomas the Tank Engine reference. I guess SpongeBob put me in a childhood state of mind.
Yeah, well, when are you not ready to ruin a childhood program?
Well,
it's infrequent, I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Ready, not necessarily willing. It's
kind of like how somebody describes their children or their dog or something as great when they're asleep.
So
with some kimchi jjigae.
I was talking about the wedding, Caitlin and I's wedding that's coming up, and I was saying if like anybody upsets like her family or whatever, like if anybody's like just acting a fool, I'm like, well, you've met Keith. What were you expecting? Like I don't keep good company.
Yeah, why did you invite him? Why did you let me invite him?
Yeah.
What did you think was going to happen? Of course I don't have good character analysis of anybody.
You're taking a big risk inviting him back to the state. He might end up living with him.
Damn it.
It's like
an infestation.
You're not allowed to turn away the homeless. That's the career you've chosen.
Yeah, it's a home. Well, she's actually switched jobs, so she doesn't have to deal with homeless people anymore. So you're fucked, Keith. You're fucked.
Shit. Uh-oh. Well, I feel I had a hand in that.
Yeah. I was going to say, yeah, that's something that comes to bite you in the ass, but that's a good point. It may be your fault in the first place.
Wait, why did... Hold on. We can smell the perfume, so we shot a gravestone That's fucking bizarre.
Sounds like a Friday night to me.
I smell perfume, so they just blew away a fucking tombstone.
I'm sure it makes more sense in context, you know, but just because it doesn't make sense to our culture.
I guess.
Well, you say culture. I don't think that's
It's not a cultural
common.
aspect.
Yeah, I don't think that's just something lost in translation.
Culture, you know, like a petri dish, you know. Something left to fester on its own for too long.
I can't imagine many Japanese men are walking around with guns and shooting things based on odor.
If they had a gun, if all you have is a gun, everything starts to look like a tombstone.
Well, that's the fucking episode title.
Bit of a mouthful. It's true.
These
Okay.
little freaks remind me of the game God Hand, where
Oh, yeah?
at a certain point there was a little Power Ranger squad of just short, creepy men. You had to beat the shit out of them, but they were really fast and agile.
It reminds me of Tales from Genesis Space.
This must be like an
sorry.
actual Japanese like cultural thing, because like in Sekiro, there's also tiny ninjas as well. So I'm wondering if like there must have been some kind
Yeah.
of unit like that in at least mythology.
Maybe. I also like to point out that in Sekiro there was the centipede gang or whatever the fuck they were called, but it was just all
Oh, you're thinking of
bandaged up
Yakuza.
guys. No, you asshole.
He's literally
It
says
was all-
Sekiro.
Yeah, it was all bandaged up guys. They were either lepers or they were all badly wounded or something, and they had claws and flipped around like fucking Cirque du Soleil people. But that is probably the 100th time I've seen that exact sort of character type, and it does make me wonder, why is that a thing? Why is the bandaged up leper people a trope? Where did that come from?
My guess, if it's not based on actual historical things, it would be Princess Mononoke. Because
Well, that's just a symptom, not the cause.
Maybe it's from the war.
Yeah, but it's one of those things like, what do you think lepers are capable of? I will let you know their disease does not, in fact, give them magic power or enhanced agility.
Well, now I'm finding raptors in ninjas, so
That was a lizard man.
That's pretty
It's
rad.
getting a little sexier.
And you let him get away.
finally the game gets sexy.
Oh, you've waited long enough.
Like, that's the review. Finally, the game gets sexy. Only 22 minutes in, and the game finally gets sexy.
What, Mothman wasn't doing it for you?
No, man, I'm all about lizard boys.
The Mothman's not even a furry, Nick.
Would a lizard be
I
a
imagine
furry?
a Mothman would be furry.
I think it's furrier than a fucking
Depends on the
lizard.
genus. They'd be dusty in any case.